Clay, it's rare in pro team sports that any individual has a 10-year career. And yet you, Steph, and Draymond are going into your 10th season together. So how special has it been for you to play with those guys for most of your career?
Oh, man, it's been an incredible ride that's still going. I love both those guys. Their styles are very different, but there's the same competitor at heart, win at all costs. And I mean, both of them were very overlooked, whether it was during the recruiting process or the draft process, and weren't slated to be the superstars they were. So for them to be where they are now and with the accolades, they earned all of that, and I can't wait to earn more with them.
Nice. So what characteristic would you say defines Steph the most as a player and then also as a teammate?
If I had to pick one word, I'd probably just say selfless. I mean, the way he plays the game, they said it's great. He's great flow to his game. I mean, he doesn't dominate the ball. If he wanted to, he could because he's such a great ball handler, but he gives it up. He gets it back. Everyone's touching the ball, and he's the engine that makes us go. So I would just call Steph selfless because he's not really out there hunting his. He just wants what's best for the team.
Right. And what about as a teammate? Pretty much the same thing, selfless?
Oh, yeah.
Just
that was for
great
both.
person.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
Easy to play with.
Yeah.
Very, very smart, intelligent player.
What about Draymond as a player? What characteristic would you say defines him?
Just heart. I mean, Draymond might not be the most skilled or his game might not be the prettiest, but he is very highly skilled. What he can do, obviously, for a 6'7", do it all forward. But he gets over the edge because his tenacity, his heart, and just his grit. He makes our team tough. He makes me and Steph tougher, and you always want a guy like Draymond on your side. He's such a great player. He can do everything. You can plug him anywhere on the floor, and he'll be effective. And to go from the 35th pick of the draft to where he's at now, future Hall of Famer, it's one of the greatest success stories in the last 20 years. It's got to be.
Can't disagree with you. Yeah, it's true. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite story about Steph on or off the court?
Not really. It's tough to pick one.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Yeah.
2014, we had a great time in Spain. I think it's when we really got to know each other, playing golf and just hanging out.
Yeah.
That was a good time. Yeah. That was a very, very fond memories for us.
Yeah. What about Draymond? Any one memory or story stick out in practice, on the court, off the court, trips?
No. Draymond, I don't have any. I don't have one story, but he's just. Gosh, there's so many. I mean, nothing too crazy, but just stuff that comes with playing so much and being around each other so much, whether it's playing cards or working out together, vacation, whatever it may be. I mean,
who usually wins in cards?
It depends. I mean, but I'll tell you, who doesn't win, myself. So I need to get better.
Yeah.
Sadly, I actually did sign up for Phil Ivey's masterclass, so I'm gonna be better this year.
Yeah. And you're a monster ping pong player, right? Have you and Steph?
I like ping pong. I like billiards more, though. I love playing shooting pool.
Yeah. So you win.
Aaron Miles was the best pool player I ever played. He's no longer here. He's
nice.
in Boston. I'll see him down the road, but he can really hit a cue ball.
Yeah. I got you. How do your combined strengths really complement each other on the court, the three of you?
Well, Draymond is able to play point guard, and me and Steph are able to work off his actions. And then for me, I'm an off-ball guy, so I don't need to dominate the ball. I like to play off my teammates. Steph is great in any situation off the ball, pick and roll. And Draymond, it's like having a third or second point guard out there. He's one of the best passers in the NBA and one of the best decision makers.
Yeah. I was watching the way they push themselves to be better every single year. Does that almost make you want to push even harder and harder to be better, and also obviously to come back from what you're going through right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice when you can look down at the other end of the court, see Steph getting his shots up, Draymond getting his shots up. You don't want to be the first one done. So just that alone I think I get better just from being around them and seeing how hard they work. Because, like you said, you don't want to cut short when your best player is doing that.
Right, right. Mm-hmm. Iron sharpens iron.
Facts.
There's been so many memorable moments that you guys have had in your decade together. So when you think about your Game 6 against OKC, what comes to mind? You just went off that game. You were on
man,
one.
just
You couldn't be stopped, unstoppable.
I mean, just the pressures of that moment. You know, 73-win team. A lot of people wanted to see us fail. That's the part of sports that makes it so watchable. Is what's at stake. And at the game, everything was at stake. It was a record-breaking season.
Yeah.
Back-to-back championship opportunity, almost squandered. Well, eventually squandered, but we weren't ready for it to end there. And just the crowd, just
being able to shut them up.
Yeah, it's hard to even. It feels like it so long ago, but that was a fun night. I mean, that's a great crowd to win at.
Right. Speaking of OKC, remember earlier in that season, Steph's long game-winning three in OKC. What were you thinking when he shot that? Like, this is a wild man, and I love it.
Yeah, I thought it was going in. It was he practiced that shot all the time. Yeah. His range, I mean, that was an incredible shot to an incredible season. And that's just one of the many memories Steph has brought us that are so great. He's got a whole highlight reel of long-range shots. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. When you think of your NBA Finals series against Cleveland, all those series, how intense it was, what sticks out to you about those series?
Man, it's just such a long road to win a championship. Yeah. The crowd in Cleveland was always very rowdy, to put it politely. And what sticks out the most, obviously the wins. Yeah. The Game 7 in 2016 will forever stay with us, but when you get back there and win, it's such a great feeling. And you do it for your city, do it for your fan base, and there's nothing like it.
Right. And if Cleveland was your biggest rival, then Houston, I don't want to say they were your rivals because it's a lopsided rivalry, if anything. Yeah. They were an opponent that you got the best of time and time again. You knocked them out 4 times, including twice in the conference finals.
Wow.
So what made that matchup so intense?
Similar styles of play, MVPs on both sides. Just competitive players on both sides, and they forced us in 7 games, and that was an incredible series as well. But it was always fun playing against Houston. They spread the ball out, they play physical, and luckily for us, we had good success against them. But I don't think they're rebuilding right now, so I'm not sure if we'll have those same series in the future.
Yeah. They presented a challenge, and you guys are up for the challenge every single time. Do you remember Steph's, I believe it was 40 points he scored against Charlotte. In Charlotte, it was Del Curry night. Do you remember that night?
I do.
What was the best part of that night, just watching him? Obviously, it was his dad's night, and then he just came out.
Probably just the reaction from the crowd. I mean, hometown favorite, back in his city, put on a show. It's got to be special for him, watching all those Hornets games growing up.
Yeah.
But just seeing the Steph Curry fans come out in full force, it's pretty incredible to see how many people support and love him. It's especially in his home state. That was probably the coolest part.
Yeah, I know you rewatch a lot of games. So when you rewatched your 37-point quarter against the Kings, what stuck out to you? You just were in the zone there, nuclear.
Going 13 for 13, best shooting I've ever done. So I don't want to say I won't do it again, but it was I was just in a great flow that you try to recapture as much as you can, but sometimes, I mean, records are meant to be broken, but who knows how long that one will take. Yeah.
What about your 60-point game where you did it in 3 quarters against the Pacers and 11 dribbles? Crazy efficiency. Yeah. Do you just watch these games back and just smile while you're watching?
Not really. I'll watch the highlights and see what I did well.
Yeah.
See how I was moving. See what spots of the floor I was successful at, and how I got my shots off. You know, hopefully not the last time I scored 60, but that was an incredible night. You know, you look up at the score chart and you see you have 40. You know, you don't want to jinx yourself and you don't look up too often, but when that keeps climbing, it's just it's pretty surreal. And hopefully, I'll do it again.
Right. How about the NBA record 14 threes against the Bulls?
Gosh.
After struggling early in that season from three-point
That was
range,
awesome.
you break out and have a game like that.
That was awesome. I think NBA record 24 attempts in the game too, so I'm proud of that as well. But gosh, you know, you look back and you only play 3 quarters. Sometimes you're like, oh, man, I could have got 16, 17, 18, but you just got to use that as motivation to do that next time. And gosh, in 3 quarters, man, what if I got to play the whole 4th quarter one of these games? I always think that to myself.
It's true.
That's what that's why you got to, that's why I'm in the gym, for moments like that again.
Right, yeah. You remember Steph, his 62-point game against the Blazers. Yeah. I know you enjoyed watching that game, just cheering for him on the sidelines. What was that like for you, watching him do that?
Oh, it was great to see him in a complete control. When you're in a rhythm like that, every shot feels great, no matter where on the floor. And it was a slow season because there was no fans, but for Steph to go out there and play at the level he did just shows how competitive and how much how serious he takes his game.
Yeah.
That was special, and he really put on a show last year, winning that scoring title.
Yeah.